Hey everyone, welcome to The New Populist. I'm Dave Brown. If you are new to this channel, please like and subscribe. Well, it seems that our president has committed to nominating a woman of color to the Supreme Court. And this really should come as no shock to anyone. He's pandering. He has been pandering the last year and a half. He is starkly different than he was 20 or 30 years ago. And of course, we're all well aware that he probably has some level of cognitive decline. And the people around him, his handlers, are obviously very radical, very far left. And now he's this really woke president, and he's going to nominate a woman of color. Now, when we talk about critical race theory, we initially talked about it in the context of the public school system. And certainly it garnered a lot of attention. We pushed back, and thankfully in Virginia, we have successfully pushed CRT out of the curriculum. And it seems the new governor has followed up on that and is really trying to make sure that it doesn't creep back. But I want you to remember, critical race theory is not just about the education system. Critical race theory can exist anywhere. Now, obviously, you start with kids as far as trying to implant ideas, but unfortunately, we still have people in academia, in our government, and apparently in the White House who's prescribed to critical race theory. Now, they may not know they're doing it directly. And again, sometimes we do things without actually putting a name to it. So he may not think that he's being a critical race theorist, but that is exactly what Joe Biden is doing, because critical race theory says that our system, as it exists now, this Western system of enlightenment principles and a colorblind society, a colorblind judiciary, in itself is so flawed and so stacked to be advantageous for white people that for it to exist as it currently does, it in itself is racist. And the only way to solve this problem is to forcibly put people of color, women, minorities, gays, into certain positions and to have this equal power sharing. And that's how they view it, that white people have the power and this system cannot be accepted until all people are represented equally. Of course, what does that look like? How do we get there? When you have a country that is majority white, is that possible? Well, we have no clue. They don't really explain that. All they say is they want equal power sharing. And the problem is when you try to force something, especially through government, as you all know, it usually makes things worse. So in this new critical race theory environment, meritocracy goes out the window. Now it's based on race. Now, in certain professions, when this happens, the effects aren't too noticeable. But I'll pose this question. Say you're going to have brain surgery. What surgeon do you want? The most qualified, best brain surgeon, or the person that was there because of a need to fill a quota? Now, it's easy to want to fill quotas when you can't see how it directly affects you, but if it were to directly affect you, your safety, your health, would you still want that? When you get on a plane, do you want the best pilot or the person that was there because they wanted to fill a quota? Think about it that way. And think about our society. Can our society survive if we start to not give these positions to the best people, but the people based on their skin color? What does that do? It drags the level down of everybody. And of course, the long-term thing is not to lower standards. What you do if you think the system is unfair, and for part of our time it was unfair, what you do is find ways to elevate people. So people, certain groups are scholastically falling behind. Let's elevate them. Let's find out ways to do that. We shouldn't eliminate things like calculus or advanced math in certain school systems because it favors certain people. All you're doing is lowering that level. And I can speak personally as a minority. I never want to be considered for a position based on my skin color. I find that to be an insult because I want people to think that if I got that position, that I earned it. and I was the best person for the job. I don't want to walk into a building and have people go, that guy, I don't know about him. I think he's here because he's a black guy. I find that extremely insulting, and any person of color should. So again, we need to lift people up, not drag down the standard. Because if we do that, we are going to destroy society. And I think we're starting to see that happen in slow motion, although it seems the last 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, it's really accelerated and we're spiraling out of control. So remember, critical race theory extends beyond the school system. Critical race theory can exist everywhere. And with this pick of Joe Biden's, this is critical race theory in action. That's it for now. Again, if you are new to this channel, please like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.